Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Infernity here, or Tyler Collier, and I'm going over a Queen versus Film Kid game I have with Eric Quintana, the number 2 ranked player on the One Piece Limitless board right now. He just got 2nd place in the Core TCG Online Regional today, losing in the final, so he should push himself up to number 1 spot right now. So we start off, Queen has a pretty bad matchup in the Kid, because Kid's just kind of like, oh, go wide, and the leader attacks twice inherently, so even if they have no characters, they always have 2 swings. So it's kind of scary late game. What Queen tries to do is, just set up the board, get some blockers out, get some big guys, and get their board down really low. So here, my best play on 3-4 Dawn is this Doflamingo. He lets me see, what I'm going to draw. It helps me get to what I'm looking for, stuff like Yamato or 3K Worlds or Red Rock. And then late game, when I can use Queen's effect, he helps me stack my triggers and what I'm going to draw the next turn. So right now, he swings 6. I know he's probably going to play a 4-drop card or a Nami and then play that extra Dawn for the Nami search. I take it because I don't have a 2K counter. He does exactly the Nami, does the search, gets himself a Film Brook. Now here on 6, Queen doesn't really have a play until 8 Dawn, so I'm just trying to keep his board clear. Definitely cleared this Nami as soon as it hits the board. That's why I wanted to stack the 3K Worlds, so I can get rid of it. And at worst, he would play a Frankie there, which is another big body 3K Worlds can get rid of. So I just get rid of it. I'm trying to life starve Kid right now so that my Yamato can have a very big effect and pop some of his stuff like 7-cost Luffy, which is a really big sticky blocker, I would say, because 7K blockers are really hard to deal with. I'm gonna try and guard out of this because I need to get my hand lower. I'm getting up to my 8 and 10 Dawn turn, which on 8 I can't use it, but on 10 I would like to use my leader effect. I'm gonna put whatever he plays on the bottom of his life, so he played a low cost character. I think that's better than just playing like Luffy for nothing. Here he's trying to pressure me while still building on his board, but it's kind of a weird spot for him because he can see that I'm getting to my my setup, He's still testing me for 2K counters. If I don't have them, this is a really hard swing, but I do have some 2K counters. And due to this, I'm going to be like 1 card off my leader effect, because I'm going to be drawing the 4 cards in hand, right? Unless he double swings me, which he does. So here, I think I try and use the trigger and put nothing, because you can place up to like 1 character with a cost of 4 or less. But I'm counting, I'm like, oh, okay, I could actually like use my leader effect now, going to next turn. But I think when I click use the trigger, it just doesn't work. Like something on the sim, either my mistake from not playing Queen much on sim or the sim not letting me. The red rock's now stuck in my hand, so I can't use my leader effect. So here he just plays broken passes. He has nothing to play, which is a good sign for me, but also unfortunate. And I draw another red rock, so that's absolutely awful. Not what you want to see, but it happens. So here I'm thinking I have to play this Soga King, I believe, to filter this out, because there's no other good way I'm going to get these red rocks out of my hand. So I think for a second, end up playing the Soga King, bounce the Brook. I draw cards that would have been great triggers, but get rid of some red rocks. I wasn't thinking about this at the time, but 10-cost Doffy is a crazy card in the Queen because you kind of turn off the leader ability. Because of that, I'm trying to set up for my leaderboard. I just play a Brûlé and pass. So he's gonna swing, what is this, 8K to me? So either he's gonna 8K restand, play a 4, or he's gonna play a Luffy. And I'm fine with all that because I have a Mihawk, I have a blocker. I want to block this, I want to stay on at least 1 life. It's pretty scary getting to 0 against any deck. But he can also play out stuff like Izo or Sugar potentially to rest my cards. He draws a Film Nami for turn, so he gets to go Brook Nami. He gets a Bart actually. Bart's an interesting card. Goes ahead and plays it. It's hard for me to out a bunch of cards. I'm going to play this Mihawk on whatever he played, and then I'm going to try and use the leader effect. Most likely, I don't think I'm going to just waste my red rock yet. I am trying to hold it in case he does have another big guy next turn. But now for the leader effect, I can start chipping at this life because I am in a better state. So I think I swing out here because let's say he does 10 drop Doffy me. Oh no, I don't swing with Katakuri. Interesting. I guess I'm trying to put off like the full value Doffy. Or him just swinging big into Katakuri and I lose it. I don't really care about Sogeking because he doesn't matter with my leader ability. But I do value those high cost cards right now. So what does he do? He's on 10. He did a small leader swing. And he drops 10 cost Doflamingo. This is really harsh on Queen because Queen has to attack to get the leader ability. I had a red rock, so I was okay with it because I'd still be on 2 life and I'd have a blocker, right? So now I'm thinking, well, he probably doesn't have another one, but also I want to get rid of this Bart since it's rested finally. I'm just gonna play this bow out. I'd rather have the blocker than a 1k counter against this deck. Film Kid does tend to struggle with blockers. So now I can take this life and then I can debate what to do based on if he rests things. Because he would have to have 2 resters here and then be able to restand for enough to kill me, which isn't too hard, honestly. It depends what that last life is, but having 2 restanders is the low chance thing on this game. So I got a Yamato, I'm pretty happy. I can blow up a 3 or a 4 cost. Well, I can blow up a 4 cost at least, because he's gonna have 4 life going into the turn. So I just end up blocking, get a card off my board so I can use that Yamato to more ability. And since I'm at 1 life, I can heal off the effect and then heal with my leader ability. Which is what I'm looking for, you know, you're just trying to get a bunch of life as Queen and develop those big bodies safely. I put him on a position where he can swing into my Katakuri and stuff, but he wants to build his board with that giant hand, or else he's just gonna start like losing a lot easier. I blow up Nami. Nami's my biggest threat. I have 6. I want to clear characters because each character is a threat to do a 5k swing. I'm gonna swing over the Bart, and now I can decide whether I want to swing at life. Since I have so many characters now, I think I do want to swing, but I don't have to by any means. So I go here, swing, he guards, 2k counter, you know, 1 card guard for a swing, that's not bad. He's looking down an 8k and a 9k swing, which he probably does not want to guard. Unless he has a Punk Gibson. But in the scenario he has a Punk Gibson, I can't really play around it if I want to progress the game. This way I'm kind of putting him on a timer where if he plays 2 defensively, I can just win the game with all these big bodies. And then he can't just swing like a ton into them. He could, but he's not progressing his game at that point. I get a really good trigger here with that Beige, because now his leader that can swing twice can't swing at all. And it now puts him in a spot like, oh, I think I lost the game. Because even if he Doffy's here, I still have a lot of swings and he's only getting 1k more into me. I decided to take, I don't take this in case he does have a Doffy, because I wouldn't have been able to heal. Plays down a Bonnie. He's probably looking for some Punk Gibsons to sort of threaten this Doffy away. But he gets a 2k counter, plays a Luffy. Luffy plays Bart. Bart rests to play Brook, because Brook is more important than Bart. Another turn, I'm just trying to keep the board low, make it to where he might only have that Luffy. And then I would be around the 3 life area again. And as long as you have at least 2 life against Kid, since you have such a low hand number, you're usually pretty safe. But the Luffy threatens it a lot more. So, but this way, if I have 3 life, he would only have 3 real attacks pretty much. Because the Brook can be an attack, but I don't consider it as threatening as like the Kid double swing. So I think for a bit, think how I wanna, you know, progress this turn. I think I'm swinging 6 into the Brook, and I'm like, well, that's not that big of a number, especially with the Luffy right there. But wherever the Luffy blocks, I'd be happy to have him block my card. I was thinking about playing the Yamato for a while, but I don't want to play over my Sogeking, and I'd rather have this card in hand to take away the 5k swing being so valuable to me. So I'm thinking which one to swing. If I swing, I decide to go, I guess I'm still debating on this Yamato. I think I decide to go with Katakuri first as it's my smaller swing, right? but it still clears the 7k Luffy blocker. Thinking whether I swing into this Brook. The way he's been playing, sounds like he has like a lot of counter in hand. And if I'm gonna swing 5 to 5, I think I'd rather swing at his life and put him on a 2-turn timer. I don't do that. I do swing at the Brook. Let's see what he has for me. He lets Brook go. That's fine. I don't want to throw away these swings, so I do swing at him. And since I can't heal just off Yamato, I'd rather keep it in hand, honestly, since my board's already full. I do have some cards like Gum Rain and Sanji where I'd rather have a card in hand. And I might prefer to have him swing 7k than just a free 5. That's mostly why I want to keep this Yamato in hand, I think. So now I think for a bit, do I attack? Well, I'm definitely attacking the leader, but it's how much am I attacking? And I want to clear this Luffy or get a ton of cards out of his hand. And right there I get the Luffy block and 7k counter, which is huge for me to be able to seal the game the next turn if I can live. But it also puts him in the position where he has to kill me on this turn. And if he doesn't, the game is too far out of his hands. So he's thinking, he has an Ezo, rest my blocker. Huge play. Right here, and then he thinks about if he swings 5 or 7. I only play about 8 2Ks in the Queen deck, that's kind of standard. And I don't have a 2K. I get a Sanji. My smallest card on the board is Doflamingo, so I'm going to trash it so that I'll at least have bigger attackers rather than getting rid of like Soga King there. He has another Ezo, and Ezo actually rests up to 4 costs, so now he can get that coveted 5 swing in and still restand. But I hit a really good trigger here. I get another blocker, and now the game is unwinnable for him, and he scoops. And feel free to like, comment, subscribe, let me know what you think, and I appreciate it.